I'm gonna go and start
You,
recording this. So
you signed up for it.
I'm an opportunist. I see a chance at making some money or owning an asset. Definitely.
All right.
Yeah, I'm here. I might step away for just a second, but I am here.
Okay. Let me finish up a couple notes. I've been making notes the whole time we've been sitting here. I tell you what, they really pushing this gender fluid thing. I don't know how recent this book is, but some of these NPCs are special.
Are they?
you can change that.
Oh yeah,
The rules are made up.
yeah. I might leave some of it in just for flavor, but yeah, there's some you know what, like one of the couples that owns one of the shops is gay, and I'm like, that's fine. You want to have a gay couple, that's fine. But one of them is like gender neutral and will correct you if you call them he or she. I'm like, no,
Okay. No.
we're not doing that. No.
But who's to say what they are? I mean, I'm sorry.
That's right. Y'all could have a philosophical discussion with them. In fact, I might just go ahead and delete that out of the little handouts that I'm making for y'all.
Let's see.
Yeah, y'all don't need that information. Almost there. 2 more. Oh, this is a good one. I got to be sure and edit this one. So we've given y'all all the DM notes here.
I mean, it's fine.
Yeah, just give you everything. Keys to the kingdom. J-Mac, I'm using your D&D Beyond. I'm literally like copying and pasting stuff out of there and making handouts for Roll20.
It should be just about everything available except for anything new that's come out since then.
Yeah, dude, it's been awesome. Like I've been using the crap out of it. This one.
Check for trains.
Right. Save that one. Kind of dive in. I need to watch some more of these Roll20 videos. I know there's a way to like put handouts on like the map and have them to be clickable assets where y'all can click on them and it opens the handout.
Yeah, there's a way to do it. It's been a took.
Like if you, I can put a token on the map and it links to a handout, and y'all can click on it and see things and read your own stuff. Instead of just having the list in your notebook.
Yeah, there is a way. I've never tried it, but I've seen the video on it.
Now that we're trying to play more often, I'm gonna try and y'all up. Give you that full experience. Assuming Roll20 can handle it.
That probably wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
oh, man.
Let's see what I need to read on this one. Okay. So, figured we'll just kind of do a little more round setting. We're about to open up. This chapter is more about letting y'all do kind of what you want to do, and we'll present you with missions and quests and things to make money. And then y'all will kind of be free to do what you want to do. Before we get to there, let's try and explore a little bit around the neighborhood first. And I'll kind of leave that to you all.
Do we have a map?
Yeah, I'm gonna throw it up for you.
Okay.
Just a sec. Okay. No, not that one. Change the name. So there's several, like I mentioned, the Troll Skull Alley is a very upscale part of town. It's in one of the northern districts, and it's more upscale than even where you were before. Obviously, the dock area was kind of low rent and lots of crime. This is upper middle class. This is almost like a suburb of town. And you all kind of set up shop in the biggest and used to be grandest building on the block, but now it's kind of run down in disrepair. There are lots of houses nearby. There are some upscale apartments and townhouses. There's people wandering the streets. It's well lit. There's a police presence. You know, the city watches around. But more just in like a formal capacity, just to show that the place is protected. They're not actually like looking for bad guys or anything. They're strolling casually along the streets, you know, during the daytime hours and stuff. You do notice when you do peek out of the windows of Troll Skull Manor, y'all have already drawn a crowd. I mean, the rundown building has been opened up and the doors are open and people are going in and out. So you see some hushed talking on the streets, and people are curious as to what's going on. Not to the point of, you know, staring and pointing, but you see people talking as they walk by. You know, normally they've just grown accustomed to ignoring the place as it doesn't really serve a purpose there anymore. And of course, everybody knows the rumors that it's haunted. Let me drag y'all to Troll Skull Alley, and we'll kind of let you start there. That should pop you over.
Yeah.
Everybody should have a token. Brock, for the new guys, the ping in the middle there, y'all are kind of standing in front of. Well, you're not, because y'all weren't here.
Yeah, I see where we're at now.
Yeah, that building there that you can kind of see the interior of, that's your Troll Skull Manor. That is your building there that popped up there. That's kind of what it looks like from the outside. Definitely in disrepair, needs a lot of work. You'll remember from last time that Rainier had offered to come back the next day, so tomorrow, and kind of explain to you what you needed to do, who you needed to talk to, and guide you through that process. But for now, I guess the afternoon is kind of yours. Who was it? Chuck and John Koo have gone in and kind of already met the poltergeist and had a little bout with him, but he seems to have run away for now. And yeah, there you go. I'll just kind of leave y'all there. If you look on the map, just above the board, if you look on the map, there's a few other buildings that are kind of see-through. And those are obviously the other points of interest. If you want to meander that away, we can kind of figure out what you want to do.
And when you say see, they're the blacked out ones. So.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I did. Did I put a layer over them? I think I did. Yeah, the black.
Yeah, okay.
Speaking of which, did I not? I forgot I had that one on there. Hold on. What do I do with the lighting layer? Let me review that. Let's see. Did that change Troll Skull Manor for y'all?
Yeah.
Can y'all see through there now?
Yeah, I can see it now.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so there's a few other buildings like that. Y'all are welcome to go kind of explore, and I'll describe them for you, and, or you can do whatever you want.
Why don't we just head right down south of us and see? I don't know what that is, but
No, are
Yeah, okay.
are there people still on the street? Like,
Yeah, just, it's a normal business day. I think y'all were meeting there at noon. So there's people out grabbing lunch and walking back to their houses and, moving around. It's fairly crowded.
And remind me one more time, the dude that not the
Flume?
rich dude that paid the taxes, but the guy that was with him that knows the guilds.
Flume, yeah. He had gone. He's doing some research for y'all, and he was going to get back with y'all tomorrow. So you've got that
That's
meeting
right.
planned.
Meeting with him tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah, meeting planned for in the morning. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you wanted to head straight south, I think you had said you head down
Is there
there
any
and you
signs?
see. Yeah, you see a sign kind of hanging right there on the street. Let me,
get to know the neighbors.
yeah. The sign on the street says the Corellian's Crown, and you'll know that that's a plant. So as you approach, you look through the windows, you see in there, it's just covered in plants, all sizes and shapes and colors. I assume the doors open, you kind of swing your way in. Inside, again, just the smell of flowers and stuff. It smells like one of those terrible candle shops, that we used to have all the time, the Yankee Candle, whatever.
Yeah.
And just plants everywhere. You see a desk and kind of in the middle, there's a desk and a chair, and sitting behind it, you see an elfin lady. She's got long blonde braided hair. She's just kind of sorting through some notebooks and looking at some plants, and she's got a book out in front of her. She's flipping through the pages and sees y'all wander in, and she goes, "Oh yeah, hello. Are y'all interested in some plants?"
Well, being particularly Fey oriented, I would pipe up and say absolutely. We're kind of taking over this building next to you. Could you help us out, maybe with some decorations? Try to spice this place up. What's your name?
The building next to me. You don't mean the Troll Skull Manor, do you?
That's the one.
We're working on the name.
Oh, wow. Trust me, that's how everybody knows it around here. That place has been an eyesore ever since my shop's been open. My goodness. My name is Fala Lefalier.
Fala? Okay.
Fala. You can call me Fala.
My name's Cass. Do you think I could maybe get some plants from you? Maybe put on the front porch and.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But we could. There's a nice gentleman across the way that tends to make furniture and stuff with wood. Maybe we could. He could make you some flower boxes, and we could kind of put them out on the front porch for you.
Okay. Can you handle that for us?
Well, I mean,
Yeah, sure. I've got plants everywhere. Don't you find plants just absolutely amazing?
I do. In particular, I do for sure. Can I? Yeah. What do you recommend? That's what I would ask.
Well, she walks over to this gigantic yellow plant that you can see kind of by her stairs there, and she goes, "This is just the most beautiful plant I own, and let me tell you, it's got some nice properties too. I don't know if you know anything about potions, but that's really kind of what I do is take the plants and their natural properties and kind of turn them into useful items for people.
Interesting. Do you sell those potions, or now that we're
Oh
neighbors?
yeah.
Yeah. Now that we're neighbors, maybe we could.
Oh yeah, this is an apothecary. Absolutely, we sell potions. We sell potions of all kinds.
Yeah. Now that we're neighbors, we'd like to probably get a, you know, keep it local, as they say.
Oh, shopping local, huh? I
Yeah,
can
yeah,
get
yeah.
on board with that. Yeah, let's see. I've got a few here in stock now, and I've got more kind of, I guess, that I could make, with enough time. But there's one that this yellow plant that I was talking about. What it does is it lets you be friends with animals, which is a really really cool thing. There's some people like the healing potions. I've got a few of those. There's one that'll let you breathe underwater, and she walks over to like a little pond area that's got like a lily pad, and she picks it up and is showing you the roots while she's looking at it. And there's a few other useful ones that I get from time to time. And you notice now as you walk in and she's showing you these things, you look behind that desk that she had, and there in the back is a locked cabinet with several vials of potions that she has.
Interesting.
Follow.
So yeah, did I click up that click up that list for y'all?
Yeah,
At the
yeah.
bottom
Yeah.
of that
Yes.
handout would be a list.
Yeah, John would definitely, just with every bit of flattery and charm dripping, just follow. Think this is such a lovely setup you have here. These plants just bring such a wonderful color to the room. I do ask, do you have any plants that might be a little bit more low maintenance, things that I don't necessarily have a green thumb like you do? Do you have anything that I could put in a room to liven it up that would be, I don't have to do too much to keep it living?
Oh yeah, there's always a nice fern. You don't have to water those very often at all. And you see kind of in the back, by the back door, there's a couple of ferns in pots. You can just hang these up on the balcony, and with a little sun, and then even just the rain, the normal rain that we get here this time of year, that would be plenty of water.
That's absolutely wonderful. How much are these types of plants?
Oh, for the new owners of Troll Skull Manor, I'd be happy to give you a plant for free.
That is such a wonderful gift here. I do notice the cabinet you have locked behind the cabinet there. Is that, I'm assuming, more potions?
Oh yeah, that's where I kind of just keep them all. And then she hands you a little list of the potions that are currently for sale. You see that's one of the things she had on her desk is a ledger of potions that she has. And you notice there's some incoming potions that are scheduled for delivery, and some ingredients that you don't quite understand that are also scheduled for delivery. So you get the idea that maybe with enough forethought and timing, she could make whatever you needed.
Yeah. Follow. I do apologize for the inconvenience, but those potions, they're just so almost mesmerizing in the aesthetic of them. Do you mind if I could see one of those?
Oh yeah, she pulls out the cream of the crop just right out of the bat. She opens up the case. You turn and you see her pull like a little key out from her neck on a chain.
Around her neck.
She unlocks it. Yeah, she unlocks it and opens it, and she pulls out a vial with a thick red liquid that's pretty big. I mean, this is like almost the size of a fifth of whiskey. It's a lot of potion in here, and she sets it down. She goes, "This is the biggest healing potion that I've ever made. It'll fix you up if you're ever in danger."
I'll just kind of hold it for a second, eyeing it, just being complimentary of just how beautiful everything is, and set it down and say, unfortunately, I'm very thankful for the ferns. If you will donate them, Unfortunately, today I don't think I can afford this. We still got a lot to invest in the business to get the manor up and running again and start earning. But I assure you soon I will be back to get some of these.
When you say that, you see her smile and laugh and say, "Yeah, I think you've got a big investment ahead of you. So I'll be happy to hold these for you until you need them." But yeah, the fern, certainly take that as a welcome to the neighborhood gift.
And I'll just thank her again and be like, "Oh, don't worry, I'll be back for them soon."
Yeah, and can you possibly keep a stock of some of these healing potions on stock?
Oh yeah, these smaller ones, and you see her turn. She takes the big one and puts it back, and then she pulls out a smaller one and sets it down. She goes, "These smaller ones, they take me maybe half a 10-day to make. I can make a couple of these every 10-day, and that bigger one, that took a whole 10-day just to make the one." But I have the contacts that also make them, and because I'm a member of the Guild of Apothecaries and Physicians, so I can put in a request to other herbalists, and we can kind of put together an order if you want to. There might be a little lead time, and maybe a little more expense because I have the friendly neighborhood deal. But I can certainly put an order together for you if you need me to.
I think right now I can't. I don't think we can afford it right now, but
I'll when he says that, I'll step up and grab the list and then listen. It's not a matter of money, okay? We have funds that are tied up in different affairs. However,
recognizing that type of speech, you see her kind of straighten up a little bit and go back to her ledger and be like, "Okay, well, would you like me to place an order now?"
We'll potentially place a very large order here shortly. Like my friend here said, we are going through our finances, trying to redo our business. But as a member of the Watchful Order of Magistrates and Protectors of Waterdeep, and I'll do a minor illusion of the hand that's surrounded by the 6 stars and with the sigils on them. I'm very familiar with all these potions and how much they, normally go for. And I'm happy to pay your prices. However, being a, new member to this community, I think we'd like to place an order for at least 4 of your regular healing potions.
Well, hold on. When you say that, we're going to say this. I'm supposed to roll to see how many she has. So that 4 that I rolled, that was for the normal. So right now she has 4 regular healing potions. Mm-hmm. But when you say that you wanted an order for 4 of the graders, she turns and says, "Well, actually, I do have a few more that are not in the cabinet that I could get my hands on today. If there's no need to place an order, if that's how many you want." I mean, to be honest, I would have to kind of replenish my stores, but yeah, I could sell you those today.
Well, we don't want to take your entire stock, and we don't necessarily need them right now. So perhaps you could hold back 2 of them because currently our funds are with our investors. But I would like you to at least hold 2 back. Can I ask you, are you the only employee here? Are you the...
Oh yeah, this is my shop. I live upstairs, and
okay, so you live on site.
Oh yeah, you'll notice by the front door that you came in, there's a door. I don't know if that door's open or not for y'all, but there's a door right by the front door. You get the impression that there's some stairs behind it that go upstairs.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I think we could work something out.
One of those hippie neighborhoods where there are stores on the first floor and houses on the second floor.
Yeah. Well, I think, since we're neighbors and all, we could obviously offer you discounted rates on food and beverages as soon as we get the establishment running, and maybe we could work out some discounts in the future for trade business.
You see your smile, Ezra. That's exactly what this neighborhood needs.
Okay. Well, that sounds like a good deal. Maybe we can work out those details in the coming days.
I'll ask her.
You see her kind of take her potions and put them back in the case, and she pulls out her key and goes to lock it and says, "So no potions today, then?"
I think we'll just take the ferns, and obviously, as soon as we get our financials in order with the accountants, we'll be back to pick those up.
Yeah. And
so she turns and locks her case.
Kessel say, I noticed you have on your list here a potion of water breathing.
Oh yeah, that's another one that's hard to come by.
Do you have one of those currently?
She looks back in the case. Actually, she looks in her ledger on her desk. I keep rolling fours. She goes, "Oh yeah, I have several of those available currently."
Okay. Can you do me a favor? Just us a favor. If you have 4 of those, can you put one back? Again, like my compadre says, we don't necessarily need it right now, but if you could have one on hand for us, we might see some benefit in that. Certainly. You
see her sit down at her desk in that same ledger, and she starts to scribble a note to herself. And she says, absolutely, I can hold these for a 10-day for no problem, and don't worry about any money down now. I'll just kind of scribble your names on there.
Yeah, sounds great. We would just like to have access to them if we actually do need them.
It would be under John Koo and Company.
You see her kind of scribble out and change her note and write that down.
I'll just motion real quick for Chuck to come grab the ferns. Tell him to take them to the room.
Chuck comes in, but he actually knocks over 3 plants on his way in.
But I will ask, you've been so wonderful today. Do you have any, perhaps since we're new to the neighborhood, any other people in this neighborhood we should meet? Anybody you could point us in the direction need to introduce ourselves to?
Well, I kind of mentioned already. There's a nice wood shop called the Bent Nail, and it is if you go back out the door and turn right and head down almost to the end of the street, you'll see a sign there. There's a nice gentleman there named Tally. And like I said, he does a lot of good work with wood. Maybe you can talk to him and mention that I was going to do some flowers for the store, and maybe he could make some boxes for the flowers.
That is wonderful, Follow. You've been very helpful, and it's been such a pleasure to meet you.
All right. And she, you see her sit down at her desk and tell you all good afternoon, and she can't wait to see you again. And she's got your request written down for when you need them.
Perfect. I'll smell some of the plants on the way out.
Give me a Constitution save.
Okay. Let's see. I have advantage on this, so be all right. It's a save.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. You go smell that big yellow plant right by the stairs. You just put your nose right down in it, and you're a little guy, and it's a big plant, so it's like your whole head is inside this flower. And you take a big old whiff, and you instantly just retch right into the plant. Like the flower just catches all of your vomit.
Oh, nice. I'm not that small. I'm actually fairly large.
Are your saviors full size? I thought they were tiny.
Yeah, no,
they're full size.
They're decent, like normal human size.
Normal, medium. Oh, okay, yeah. I thought they were small. All right. Well, you hope to God she didn't notice, but she doesn't say anything.
Let me make sure been a minute since I looked at it, but I do have hoofs and horns, so
I think you're larger than average person.
I do too.
I think maybe you are tall now that I ever think about it, because your legs are longer.
Anyway,
Well, I'm gonna make my way down to Tally.
that did happen, so it doesn't matter.
You don't make your way down the street. Let me try and drag y'all over there. There it goes.
Am I supposed to see inside this building?
Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to get over there. My map's being slow. Do my reveal trick.
Is
They resemble a stout human with 4 legs.
Okay.
Yeah, with hooves for legs.
So let's see. Why don't we just go ahead and reveal all that? So you walk in. You're walking down the street. You make it down to the end there. You see a smaller shop kind of sticking off the end of that building. You notice on the street around it, there's several piles of lumber that have just been, roughly milled, but sitting there ready, waiting for use. And you head in, and there's a beautiful wall of some raw, unprocessed wood, some finished products, some little knickknacks here and there. There's a desk over there in the corner. Along the wall, you see some shields. You see like a bow. You see a staff. You see some simple weapons that are made out of wood. You also see some fine furniture, some chairs and couches and that sort of thing. You get the impression this guy kind of just does everything with wood. And then there's a guy sitting there. His name is Tally, as far as you know. He is a half elf, and you get the impression he's a carpenter and a woodworker. And he's just sitting there. He sees you come in and kind of stands up. You get the impression this isn't the busiest shop on the street.
As soon as I walk in, I'll agree. Dear sir, are you perhaps Tally?
Oh, yeah. Why, indeed I am.
Oh, wonderful. We just came from meeting Fala. We're new neighbors to the area, just introducing ourselves and meeting everyone in this sort of in the neighborhood.
Oh, great. Y'all just moved in? Y'all bought a house?
Yes, Troll Skull Manor.
Oh, you see him kind of like, his expression kind of like he gets a kind of a frown on his face, like, oh, that place. Oh, boy.
Yes, don't worry. It'll have a new name soon. And actually, looking at some of your furniture, it looks like it might really liven the place up, bring some an air of refinement to it.
Oh, yeah, you see him kind of pointing out some things. He walks over to a very finely made spindle chair, very thin arms, and he says, "This is one of my favorite things that I've made. It looks pretty dainty, but go ahead, you can sit on it."
I'll sit on it.
Yeah, it's fine. It's a lot sturdier than it appears that it would be. You get the impression that he knows what he's talking about.
Tally,
he says, "Oh, great! So Fala sent y'all over here. Let me guess. She wants me to make you something."
She mentioned that that you're a master at your craft and very wonderful, and perhaps could be helpful in maybe some of the remodeling, some repairs. Again, this fine furniture looks like it would be perfect for my room. You've obviously got great skill in this. Do you do remodeling or any kind of work like that?
Oh, no. I mean, all the construction work has to go through the guilds. But if you need somebody to pay you to build you furniture, I can certainly do some commission work.
Well, she mentioned maybe you could toss together, and I don't mean that lightly, some boxes for ferns. She gave us some ferns as a
At that
gift.
point, Chuck walks in holding like 4 or 5 big ferns, just
Yeah.
holding them up in the air.
You know,
And you see,
I say throw together. You know, you've seen the disrepair of our building currently. We're trying to make it a little bit more uh, acceptable to
he
the
laughs and he
neighborhood.
says, "Yeah, I think even a birdhouse made by my grandson would liven that place up
Yeah.
a little
Like,
bit."
aesthetically pleasing is the word he's looking for.
Yeah. Liven it up a little bit. I mean,
I think I think that's something that could be done at some point. You know, I'm fairly busy, um, and you look around. and you can
We
see
appreciate that. I mean, it's good. It's good that you're busy. I mean, that's what you're here for. You're the sole proprietor of this establishment.
Oh yeah, you'll find most of the shops are
what
just sole proprietors. And he points to the open door beside him, and you see stairs going upstairs yet again. You figure he lives upstairs like everybody else.
what guild do we need to be talking to about this?
Oh, for the construction, it depends on what you need. I mean, I know there's a roofing guild. I know the masonry guild. There's the street cleaners guild. There's going to be like the alcohol and wine guild. There's probably a guild for meats. A different guild for breads. There's a guild for everything.
Jesus, man.
And let me tell you, they all want to get their money out of you.
Could we possibly have a point person on this? Do you have like a chamber of commerce or something? We could maybe make a list.
Oh, don't worry. If and when word gets out that someone's trying to do something as far as a business is concerned, they will come to you.
Okay.
Trust me, I know.
Well, let me ask you something. You do a bunch of woodwork. Do you build like shields?
He points behind him, like without saying a word, to the 3 finely woven or crafted shields that are above his head. He kind of looks at you for a minute, and then he turns and takes one off the wall and goes and hands it to you.
Well, I'll inspect it as if I know what I'm looking at. Like,
It's round. It's made out of wood. There's some nice leather straps on the back. It's finely oiled. The edges are smooth. There's some carving along the edges, and then there's some carving on the face. It looks finely made.
what does something like this go for?
Oh gosh, don't give me lying. He says for something like this, I probably could tell you this something like this for about maybe 75 gold.
75 gold. That's not bad. I'll tell you what, I'm probably going to come back for it. But maybe we could work out a deal. Perhaps a discount for, maybe food and beverage at the establishment once we get it running.
Make a persuasion check. 10.
Persuasion?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let me get my character sheet up here. Oh, come on. I'll do it here. You reopen it. It's not going to show me anything on my character sheet. Loading.
Wouldn't be D&D if we rolled some dice, even if we're not fighting.
Yeah, right. Okay, so here we go. Persuasion.
Oh, nice.
16?
He said, I do like a good cold ale at the end of the day. Maybe I could sell you that shield for a little less.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm in the market, and I only have on me, since my accountant usually handles most of my funds. I only have 15 gold on me. Perhaps you consider that a down payment, and I'll come back with let's call it 30. So, and let's call it a year's worth of vouchers for food at the actually ale and food. Once we get the establishment running.
He says, well, to be honest, the shield's only worth about 10 gold, but I'll sell it to you for 10, and you can give me 1 month's worth of free food. How about that?
You drive a hard bargain, my friend.
I was just giving you a hard run for being the new kid, but you seem like you know what you're talking about.
I'll tell you what. Consider that a friendly deal, and make it 2 months and 10 gold.
All right. He turns and takes that same shield back off the wall and hands it to you.
All right. I need a shield.
Tally's your name, right?
Yeah, I'm Tally. Tally the woodworker.
Excellent. I'm gonna. I'll sing you a nice little ditty. I'll make a song with your name in it for that deal. Once we get the establishment going, we'll have a nice little song with your name in it.
That's what I'm talking about. Maybe you can play it every time I walk in.
No, I mean I play it all the time if I'm there, and get you some business going.
I see what you're doing. I know that. What you're talking about.
Yeah. I mean,
a jingle.
Yeah, a little jingle.
Little jingle, just to remind the people that I'm down here at the end. I'm kind of over here in the end near the sewer, so nobody really hangs out over here.
Yeah.
You don't have any problems with anything in that sewer, do you? I mean, perhaps we could.
I mean, I don't have any problems coming out of the sewer. I mean, normal rats every once in a while. It's a sewer, but I mean, there's rumors that people go in and out of it sometimes. What kind of crazy people would go in the sewers routinely?
Yeah, we'll leave that out of the jingle.
Yeah. Maybe don't say that I'm by the sewers.
I mean, you said it, but we'll leave it out.
All right. I appreciate the gold. It's been a minute since that shield's been hanging on the wall. So.
Well, it looks to be very well constructed. Hopefully, we'll not need it.
Mm-hmm.
We will up my armor class by 2.
And he'll kind of shake Jean Girard's hand, since he exchanged some gold with him, and go sit at his desk and leave you all to peruse the shop or do what you want.
I think we're going to head out. Maybe anybody else in the neighborhood that we might need to be introduced to?
Well, I mean, right across from me, you can't miss all the clanging and banging and smoke. I mean, there's a metal worker right down there. You got to watch out for those guys. They're kind of kooky, though.
We'll go check them out.
Yeah, we'll go and introduce ourselves, if nothing else.
All right. Y'all head out?
Yeah.
Which way are y'all headed?
I think south.
South? So what? I'm just stuck on these chairs. I need a good reading chair to sit in the room and read books in. I might check out these chairs for just a moment longer. I'll catch up with you down there.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah, I'll go. I'll go down to the metal worker too. If I can find my token. Where it went.
I'm assuming we're going to this building down here.
Yeah, I think south of there.
Yeah, I got to pee real quick. I'll be right back.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm still not out of the door. My bad. Trying to get out the door. I think I'm stuck in the building. Should be I think I lost Brandon. Can anybody hear me? Hello?
Hello?
Can y'all hear me? Anybody?
I'm here. Oh, they're in a private chat.
Oh, okay. Shit. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
He stayed there for a reason.
I gotcha. No, I know, but I couldn't hear anybody.
Yeah, no. I had to go pee, and then they went to a private chat. So
Okay, that makes sense. I can't move the token either. That's the problem.
I think you're stuck in the door. Unlock that door in front of you.
I have been, but I'm stuck on the door. I can't click my token with selecting the icon to do it.
Oh, he can. Brandon can probably move you.
I think I got it now.
Yeah, because the door you can click the icon on the door and lock it, and then you can't go through it.
Yeah. I just couldn't get off of it. I had to zoom in and do it.
Yeah.
All right, y'all been kind of standing out on the street for a couple of minutes, and you see John Koo walk out of the store. A little skip to his step, but he's heading y'all's way.
All right.
Yeah, rejoin the group.
Oh, let's see, where'd we go? We're at the next one. As Tally told you, there's some clanging and banging, loud noises going on. There's some steam pouring out of the chimney. It's just loud, and it's already hot even before you walk in the building. You see a sign on the door or hanging on the wall there that says the Steam and Steel.
I'll just push the door open and look in and see what I see. Like who's in there?
You see two people, two men. They're humanoids. They're not human. One of them is tall and kind of lithe and blue skin. He's waving his hand over a bucket, and you see the water kind of stirring around in the middle of it. Then you notice a much bigger humanoid, muscular, looks like he bangs a hammer all day. He's got more of a reddish skin, more red than normal human skin, of course. And you see him kind of murmuring under his breath, and with each breath, you see the flames shooting up out of the forge even hotter. And he turns and quenches a piece of steel he was working on in the bucket there that his partner was cooling off for him. And you see him just trade ever the slight stare and smile as they enjoy working together. And the blue-skinned, well, has anybody? Well, y'all been around. Y'all know what Genasi are. You get the impression these are both Genasi, two different types.
Yeah.
But the blue-skinned human looks up and smiles at y'all in a much friendlier manner, and he kind of waves you in. And you see him kind of wave at the other guy, and he very begrudgingly puts his hammer down and turns to face y'all. You walk in, you see, like I said, the large forge there in the corner of the room. There's some buckets in the middle that he's standing over. And the same kind of thing, though, you walk in and along the wall, there's some very finely made swords. There's some finely made armor even. Yeah, these guys clearly know what they're doing, and they make weapons and armor.
As they put their tools down, I'll just say, listen, I'm honestly a little taken aback. I was expecting this to be a bunch of dwarves in here. I'm quite surprised. I'm quite surprised to see that this quality of armor and equipment is being made by you two gentlemen. Is quite a skill set you gentlemen have acquired.
And the
I'll introduce myself, John Gerard, and ask them their names.
Yeah, the blue-skinned gentleman says, "Well, my name is Avi, and this is my partner Embrick. As you can tell, we make weapons and armor. He does the hammering, and I do the quenching. We're happy to meet new people. You said y'all just moved here. Y'all, please tell me y'all aren't the ones that we heard were hanging out at Trollskull Manor this morning."
Not only hanging out, we have evicted all the unwanted guests, and we have taken
possession,
ownership of it.
Oh! Do you mean the poltergeist?
Let's just say it's no longer a problem. But yes, it was an entity that is no longer welcome.
You
Perhaps
trust me. It'll take more than some swords and some spells to get rid of Leaf.
Leaf?
I hear that he's been in that building for at least 100 years.
Well, gone or not, it's our property at this point. He may be a staple there. Who knows?
Oh, we get the impression he very much is.
Oh, real quick, I would like to cast Thaumaturgy and make any of the fires around kind of begin to glow, and with a voice just be like, dispelling spirits is no problem for me. as I'm dressed in my Peace League mode.
I love it. That's really good. You see them both kind of nod and smile. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's kind of what we do.
So Avi continues. At this point in the conversation, it's getting to be a little awkward. You notice that Embrick still hasn't really said anything. He's just kind of standing there, still gripping his hammer with his full strength, looking you all over very methodically and very slowly. But Avi is the classic picture of friendliness and is more than happy to talk to y'all.
I've got a question. Since you've got a forge here and you seem to be making pretty nice weapons, can you possibly do you actually possibly make horseshoes?
Horseshoes?
Yeah. Something my size.
mean, Avi smiles and says, "Oh, you want some shoes for yourself? Oh, I thought you meant could we make horseshoes? I was going to say we haven't made horseshoes in about 50 years, yeah, we could probably make you a nice pair of shoes.
Something I can strap.
You see Embrick. Yeah. You see Embrick actually break a smile and look at you and laugh a little bit.
Yeah, I mean something my size. I mean you can take my measurements or whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah, you have successfully made Embrick laugh, so that was pretty good.
Well, I think we just kind of really want to introduce ourselves as being the new members on the block and a neighbor and potential clients. Obviously, Kes here is in need of a new pair of shoes. It's probably not what your normal clientele asks for, but regardless, we may be in need of some ironwork at the new establishment in multiple areas. Security, number one, and then maybe aesthetics. I don't know if you do any ironwork outside of armor and armaments, but
gates and doors, stuff like that.
Bar taps.
Oh yeah,
I can think of
we prefer to do work with armor and weapons, but yeah, we both are members of the most careful order of skilled smiths and metal forgers, so we can make just about anything that you need.
Well, that's great. I'm also a member of the Magistrates and Protectors, and I'll display a minor illusion of the emblem again. And say, listen, I mean, if you have any issues with any sorts of magic or sigils or anything within this area, please contact me if you need any assistance.
Oh yeah, and please, if you do need us to help you out with the manor, we'll be more than happy to help out a neighbor, and we wish you good luck as a fellow future business owner.
I mean, current business owner is just not quite up and running yet.
They laugh and smile. They're like, "Oh yeah, you've got some work to do."
I mean, it's very soon to be open. Do you know any leather workers or fabric workers in this area?
Not here per se. I don't think there's. Let's see. There's of course there's Tally across the street. He's pretty grumpy, but he does wood. And then I'm sure y'all met Paula right there by she's right beside Troll Skull Manor. On the other end side of the alley, there's a couple more shops, but nobody. nobody sells leather goods around here. I mean, maybe in some of the other alleys or neighborhoods, and certainly in the marketplace.
The marketplace, would they have ropes, stuff like that?
Oh yeah, you can find all kinds of rope down by the docks.
Docks. What about you as far as metal worker, whatnot? Pittons for climbing, uh, metal spikes.
Oh well, I mean, we don't normally sell those, but I mean, you'd probably be best served finding those at a regular old adventuring store or
Okay.
something.
Yeah, I got
You
you.
know, around the yawning portal where all the adventurers like to hang out.
Yawning,
There's lots of stores that sell to them.
the yawning portal. Okay. Well, yeah, I was trying to get a lay of the land. I just didn't know what your capabilities were. Obviously, that's beneath you, and I understand that you're more of a custom shop. I get you.
Well, I mean,
Oh yeah, well we just have our preferred medium, and it's weapons and armor.
Yeah, it's a little higher grade than that. I got you. I just thought I might ask.
if you don't mind me asking, um, what would some of this armor and weapons go for? I mean, um, do they have anything on display, or is it like custom order only?
No, yeah, they have a few pieces that kind of show off their skill. There's a lot of fine engraving that goes into some of the armor pieces. You notice everything from chainmail shirts to some leather armor even that's kind of has the plate armor. You know, leather shirts with the plates stacked across it. They've got even one set of full-on like chainmail in the corner with the little ringlets. And you see Avi goes, these ringlets, let me tell you, they take a long time to weave together. But it's just normal prices, nothing excited.
Tell you what.
What would some of that leather armor go for that looks quite unique?
Really well. I'm trying to look it up.
We don't have a flyer.
Not right now. Let's see. Oh, geez. I'm trying to search it out, and it's all
Don't worry about it right
all
now.
the fancy. Yeah. It's just it's standard prices, whatever's in the handbook.
Yeah, I'll ask them. Do you have when you make something, do you stamp it with your? Do you have a logo or something like that you stamp? Or your?
Oh yeah. Yeah, you notice that all the pieces. It's not so much for the outside. They don't particularly brag when they make their armor, but just so they know that it's theirs. You notice on the inside of all the breastplates and things that they make, there's a little a picture of like a straight line, it looks like a steel rod almost, with a few like 3 curvy lines coming up. And he goes, "Yeah, this is our insignia right here, the Steam and Steel."
Steam and Steel. Okay. I'll tell you what. Since we're gonna have a establishment right down the road, do you mind if I get one of those stamped out and I can put it on the door? And it doesn't have to have your name on it, just the insignia. We'll display it outside the door, and that might drive a little business toward you.
Oh, that's actually not a bad idea. Perhaps we could make you a display piece.
Yeah, I think that's like a suit of armor. It doesn't have to be battle worthy, but it could be a display behind the bar.
I'll tell you what. If you start driving traffic into your building, once you're up and profitable, yeah, we'll put this nice piece of suit of armor, maybe not out in public where everyone can maybe steal it.
No.
Perhaps we could put it behind the bar or above the mantle, somewhere ceremonial.
Yeah.
somewhere
I
that
was
everyone
actually
would look
thinking,
at.
talking about to the Brewers Guild and perhaps have them make a special brew called Steam and Steel.
Oh, you know what? And at this point, Embrick is just done with the conversation, and you hear him turn to the forge and just start hammering. But Avi's got your full attention, and he's like, "Well, I tell you what we could do." And he turns to the cabinet, and you say, and he picks up a stein, a metal stein. He goes, "We make these just for fun. We used to learn how to make these because you have to do all the round bending." And he's going over all the intricacies of metalwork, and all you're getting out of the conversation is that it takes a long time to make a stein. He goes, "We actually got really good at making these." And you see here, and he points to the bottom, there's their insignia across the bottom. He goes, "We could knock out a couple hundred of these and maybe in a 10-day or two."
That'd be perfect.
I think you go ahead and make a couple of those. Not maybe enough to stock a bar, but enough that people would pay as a commemorative item and see how it goes. And I don't think don't stamp it on the bottom, stamp it on the side.
You see them kind of reluctantly agree, but they understand the purpose here is advertising, and he's thinking. He says, "I tell you what," he goes, "whatever you charge over your normal beer prices for these steins full of beer, we can do a 50-50 above your normal prices. How's that? We're not trying to break the bank, and anything extra is extra, right? So if you just spread the word and give us the 50% of the profits over your normal beer when you sell one of these mugs, we'll give you the mugs for free."
Yeah, I think that's 100% fair.
Yeah, and a breastplate that is not armor or battle ready. Put your logo on it, our logo on it, and we'll display that above the bar. How about that?
Yeah, you see Avi just reach out. She's ready. He's ready to make a deal. That sounds like a deal.
I'll shake his hand and say, "Listen, I can't guarantee when this is going to happen. We got a lot of work to do, but you get to foraging because I'll promise you this thing will be up and running here within the next
He tells
month, if nothing."
He smiles and says, "I'll tell the big guy. Y'all don't worry about this. I run the books anyway."
Yeah, there you go.
And, yeah.
It's scrap metal anyway.
Avi, I do have to ask though. Just it was piqued my curiosity here. You're the first person to refer to the apparition that we encountered before by a name.
Oh yeah, everybody knows the story of Leaf.
I would be curious to hear it, as I've never heard the story.
Oh, that's right. Y'all must be new. Y'all aren't from the North Ward?
No, not at all. I'm from much further south.
He kind of smiles to himself. Yeah, so, Troll Skull Alley, interestingly enough, has had that building there for quite a long time. There's not a clear history as to what it was intended for originally. If you've been inside, then clearly you know that its last intended use was as a bar, as a pub. But the upstairs, which is not connected to the downstairs, I think you've probably noticed. There's a lot of rumors about that area in particular, but of course, ostensibly it could be an inn, and that's what it was. Last time it was a tavern and an inn before it was finally shuttered this last time, probably about 100 years ago. But Leaf, the rumors go, is the former bartender of the bar. He was I think he was an elf, or half elf. Not a human. He had a long life. He was there for 100 years or more as the bartender. That was his place. That was his livelihood. That's what he did. All he wanted to do was to make the bar successful. And then the stories about his death are often exaggerated. Anything from a dragon to a hag to eaten by an alligator that crawled out of the sewer. Nobody knows for sure, but regardless, since he's died, the place has really never been successful since. And all the previous owners, every attempt to run the bar seemed to have been thwarted by the poltergeist.
And that would be Leaf.
Oh yeah, that would be Leaf. So yeah,
No local
story. That's probably why your friend. I saw y'all this afternoon when you were signing over the deed out there with Volo. My understanding is that was the whole reason he bought the building, was because he's trying to study ghosts. But little did you know, that wasn't just a regular ghost; that was an actual poltergeist. Yeah, that's the rumor, as it were. I've never seen him, of course, personally, but I've heard stories.
As a smile sort of crosses Janku's face, you seem to be full of information.
Oh yeah. Well, we've been in the neighborhood for a long time. Genasi tend to live a long time.
So you know Volo as well.
Oh, everybody knows Volo. He's the loudest, drunkest, no good nobody in town. I hear he's got a nice book out that's going to be very popular. But
do you perhaps know much about Neverember?
The former Open Lord?
Perhaps more his son, Rainier.
Oh, I just know the name. Of course, we all know his dad stole all the gold and got kicked out of the council and has been exiled. But I guess Rainier has made it his mission, from what I understand, to clear the family name, as it were. And even though nobody likes Neverember here in Waterdeep, he's sticking it out.
So I am curious. I've only heard, again, I'm very new to the city. As I mentioned, this is kind of my first time here. This is only the second time I've heard of Neverember stealing a treasure and taking that town. I'm just curious, how would someone steal such a large treasure like that?
Well, politicians have their ways. I mean, they handle tens and hundreds of thousands of gold dragons, a year or a week and a month. Who knows how much money they see in their lifetime. And apparently he managed to get access to the actual reserves of the city government itself. That's the story. He stole the gold.
So all this gold, these dragons were in a city reserve.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I mean, I don't get down to the castle ward much, but I'm sure that somewhere down there in the castle ward, there's some kind of a federal building that housed all the gold previously. It's certainly not there now. I mean, they're doing their best, of course, to refill the coffers, as governments tend to do with their taxes, which certainly went up after this whole incident. So there's some truth to it, I would imagine.
Would I have any knowledge of any of that being from this area of what happened after that?
Oh yeah, if you've grown up in Waterdeep over the last several years, then yeah, the story of Lord Neverember getting ousted from the government and being chased out of town.
I'm more asking about if I would know anything about where the dragons would have been moved to, or if there was a shuffling of after the Neverember stealing them. Did they move that cash elsewhere, or did they divide it up? Would we know anything about that?
Yeah, you would know, I guess, that they didn't really change their procedures much. This was not so much a failure of security as it was a failure of access.
Diplomatic access to resources?
Yeah. I mean, he was the open lord. I mean, no one was going to second guess him when he said move the gold. People moved the gold, and it wasn't until they figured out what he was doing with it that it was too late. So it's not like somebody like charged in and actually stole it. He just more or less embezzled it all over the course of several years until he managed to steal almost all of it. So yeah, it wasn't like there was a big
heist,
dragon heist, as it were.
Okay.
But yeah, as a Waterdavian, you would know that story, the story of the stolen gold.
So it's corrupt politicians more than anything.
Yeah. More of a and that story has kind of been perpetuated amongst the lower classes, and even amongst the factions and guilds. Some of the factions and guilds as a way to stir up resentment and lack of ability. What do we call it? A willingness to say break the law or go against the law.
Let me ask you this: who in this immediate area, I guess I would say, who might have can bend the ear of the local politicians here?
He laughed. He thinks for a minute. He goes, "I tell you, I don't know much about bending ears of politicians, but if you want somebody who knows how to get information or talk to people, you need to go head on over down the road to the Tiger Eye, and you need to go talk to Vincent down there."
Tiger Eye?
Vincent?
Mm-hmm.
That's what
don't call him Vinny.
Don't act like you don't know what I was asking. You know what I was asking.
That was Vincent, right?
Vincent, yeah.
Yeah. Vincent at the Tiger Eye. You can't miss him.
And what's he look like?
Oh, just a regular old human. Boring.
You said I couldn't
white
miss
skin.
him. You can't miss me. I have horns and hooves. What's he look like?
He's a human male.
Human male, okay.
Very, very generic.
Yeah.
Hey, let me ask you real quick. Are you a guild member?
Oh yeah. We both belong to. Click on it again. We both belong to the most careful order of skilled smiths and metal workers.
Yeah, that's the skilled smiths.
But I also belong to the splendid order of armorers, locksmiths, and fine smiths.
Ooh, locksmiths. So locks are good. Check.
Gotcha. If you were to give me a ranking of guilds that would have influence in this area, how would you rate them from like 1 to 3?
I mean, I think probably the guilds with the most reach would be those that kind of affect the most people, in my opinion. And I think the guild that deals with something simple and basic as far as human or person's needs might be pretty high up there. So of course there's the bakers guilds and the meat butchers guild, and then of course, especially for someone such as yourselves, the wine and beer guild would be very important for y'all. So not just for y'all, but I think for most people, I think those are probably amongst the most, probably we would say the highest level of daily influence in normal people's lives.
Okay, that's 100% what I need to know. Because I mean, we just want to garner favor once this establishment is open, I just want to be on a good footing with the powers to be.
Specifically for running a tavern and inn, I think that those three will be the ones that you would probably want to stay in good standing with.
Okay.
So, can you point us in the direction of the Tiger Eye?
Oh yeah, just head out the door, turn left, and head past Jaw's house, and keep going down the road there.
All right. Well, yeah, we'll do that. But yeah, we 100% appreciate all your information, and go ahead and get to work on that armor, because we'll be back for it, and the cups and everything else. We wanna 100% drive some business your way.
Oh, I'm excited about this deal. I hope it works out for us all.
Yeah. And again, I know we took a bunch of your time, and we appreciate it. And I know.
Yeah, the last 5 minutes of y'all's conversation has been yelling, as Ember has been furiously beating on the metal that he's.
Yeah, and I will hand him a gold piece.
He'll begrudgingly take it.
Listen, it's for your time. We appreciate it, and I know your friend, business associate, probably didn't appreciate our interruption. So this is just for.
This team is still.
Yeah. It's just
Love it.
Good faith.
You see, Avi will turn and smile and say thank you and say come back whenever you need anything, and we look forward to y'all opening, and we'll try and have you some cups ready. But in the meantime, I better go help him.
Probably a good idea.
Yes.
And
Somebody's gonna be sleeping on the couch tonight.
Gotcha. All right, well, let's go talk to this Vincent guy.
Yeah, y'all, I guess, can make your way over this way.
Trying to get out of here.
There, that away. I guess I could just take it over there.
Yeah, you could just, yeah.
Y'all start walking down. You head past the Troll Skull Manor and head on over. You actually cross to the other street because you walk the way that Avi told you to walk, and you end up at like a back porch area. It doesn't look like the front, so you very quickly realize you should walk around to the front. And sure enough, when you do, you see a sign there that says the Tiger's Eye.
Which way did y'all go?
Northeast.
Oh, hold on, yeah, sorry. Yeah, northeast.
Okay.
Here.
Yeah, as we're making our way to Tiger's Eye, I would want to pull back by John Gerard and ask him, hey John, you seem to know a little bit about the guilds around here. I just remember mention of the Xanathar Guild. Do you know anything about them, or should we be asking about them?
Xanathar. Do I know anything about the Xanathar Guild?
I mean, that's the group that took Floon in them, right?
That does ring a bell. Yes.
You'll remember that the Zentarium initially stole Floon and Rainier, and then the Xanathar Guild stole Floon from
The Zentarium.
the Zentarium.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, sorry.
But would I know anything outside of that?
Oh, just the general stuff that we've talked about. You're asking about Xanathar's Guild?
Yeah, so I was asking because I would have noticed that Jean is from here, familiar with the guilds, things like that. So I was asking, what does he know about Xanathar, and should we be asking questions about them?
Oh, yeah.
Basically, the one who's from here.
The things that he would know and that you would learn is basically there are a criminal organization. They're not like a guild in the sense of the other guilds that run businesses in the city. This is a cartel. This is a criminal organization, smuggling alcohol, theft, murder for hire. This is the dark web of Waterdeep, and I think we've established that their leader is a beholder. Y'all have
Mind Flayer, right? Or Beholder?
No, so you saw a Mind Flayer. You did see one, but no. Remember the tattoo that's associated with with the Xanathar Guild is the circle with the stalks coming off of it. And I think somebody made a history check on that tattoo and knew that it was the beholder that actually runs the Xanathar Guild. Other than that, you don't know where they're stationed. You know that Xanathar is kind of a very jealous boss and is kind of protective and hard to get in touch with. But he has thugs everywhere, people that report to him everywhere. He's got his hands in everything, and he does. You don't have a specific contact.
I would tell John too.
No, y'all didn't kill everybody. Y'all helped one. Who was the guy? Y'all helped the dwarf, and then he let y'all go.
Yeah.
So y'all did make one contact. Right. I guess you didn't. I don't think you got his name, but if you ever saw him again, he would recognize you for sure.
I was asking because I really wasn't. I wasn't here for session 2.
He was an older dwarf. He was like an older dwarf, and his buddy ran away, right? Remember that? Right?
They were holding back a ooze, a gelatinous cube or whatever, and when the party was sneaking through the Xanathar, and I convinced him we were on the same side. Yeah. And so he let the ooze out, and he actually tanked all the damage from the ooze while y'all killed the ooze. So y'all made a friend, y'all helped him, and he let y'all go.
That's right.
Yeah. And then
but
the
I
other
would
guy
relate that and be like, basically, yeah. Oh.
So the as far as the main plot points that you've pieced together so far is so the dragons were stolen by Neverim, the Xanathar Guild, and the Zentarium, who's also a quasi-evil organization, are both looking to steal the gold along with everybody else. Everybody else is looking for gold. But the story is that there is the only thing that knows where the gold is something called the Stone of Galore. And it is an item. It's an actual stone. But it knows where the gold is. And so that's why the Zentarium were after Rainier, as they think that Rainier's father might have told him where that item is, which will then lead them to the gold.
It was the Stone of what?
Galore. It's like Golhor. I think that's what it is. I'll find it and put it in the notes. Yeah. But I think Rainier told y'all that whenever he owed y'all an explanation for why he was involved, he told y'all that he didn't know where it was, but that's what everybody thinks he knows where it is. And that's why they were after him, and that's why they took Floon by accident. It's because they thought Floon was Rainier. and they grabbed him and took him and left Vernier behind in the Xanathar guild, in the Zentarium hideout, which is where y'all saved him, and then he led y'all to the Xanathar hideout where we saved Flint.
Right. I would relate what I knew to John Koo. Listen, man, I left here to go to school, came back and joined the Watchful Order of Magistrates and Protectors of Waterdeep, and this little minor illusion that I'm doing for this little badge, I don't think it's real anymore. I haven't paid my dues for that guild in a minute, and they're probably actively looking for me. But for now, I think I can, honestly say that I'm still a member.
Well, please, by all means, keep flashing that badge. It helps. You said they're active. Might be looking for you. Is it for nefarious
Just
purposes?
dues. I mean, they say that I'm overdue on dues, but
Be careful about that. It's fine.
I'll pay them when I can pay them.
Fair enough.
It's not like I owe them hundreds of gold. Maybe it is at this point hundreds of gold, but whatever.
Yeah, John Koo didn't believe that for a second anyway.
All right, y'all make it to the Tiger Eye, and the door is locked. The lights are on, but the door is locked.
Knock on it.
Oh, knock. Yeah, knock on it.
Yeah, I was going to say you see a bell just beside the door, but yeah, you can ring the.
I'll ring the bell.
Yeah, I'm gonna knock on the door, and he can ring.
You're both knocking on the door and ringing the bell, and you hear footsteps inside coming up sharply. You open the door. You're met with a red-haired, middle-aged man. He looks a little perturbed, but he's got on little reading glasses. He's got a nice suit and tie on, and you see next to the door, you see a coat rack that's got a nice trench coat and a hat on it. And he says, "Can I help you all?"
I'll say Vincent.
Yeah, Vincent Trench. This is my shop. Y'all looking for somebody?
We're looking for Vincent.
Well, who sent you?
Let's see. What's his name?
We're just new neighbors in the area.
Yeah, I mean,
Imbrick sent us. Listen, don't worry about it. Imbrick sent us. We're new neighbors. We just bought.
He turns to.
I'm gonna step in the door. I'm gonna go ahead and step in.
Oh yeah, he says, "Kes, come on in."
Excuse my friends. I'm sorry. Yeah, listen.
Yeah, it's okay, John. You might as well close the door behind you. He's calmly walking back to his desk and sitting down. He says, "John, could you grab the door when you come on in?"
I want to inside check this motherfucker real quick.
What are you looking for?
I want to see his. Let me see.
I want to ask him, how did you know my name?
Yeah, I want to know like his demeanor, I guess. But is there something?
He smiles. He smiles and he says, "Well, to be quite blunt, it's my job to know things."
Again, a smile kind of flashes across John's face.
Yeah. I mean, you're looking at him. He's not threatening you in any way. He's sitting at his desk calmly.
It's a very eager.
You get the impression. You can make your insight check if you want. That's fine.
No, that's fine.
See if. Well, you get the impression that he's both showing off and inviting you into conversation at the same time.
Okay.
Well, if he's inviting us into conversation and he's sitting at his desk, I will politely ask does he mind if I have a seat?
Oh no, yeah, come on in, boys. So y'all are the new owners of the Troll Skull Manor, I hear.
I don't know how to get in, but I guess I could go
Oh, I just
around.
opened it. I forgot to unlock it. I unlocked
Okay.
it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, just drag me in if you can. I went all the way
It
around the
should be,
backside.
Yeah, I
Oh,
tried
okay.
that too. But
It should be available to you, but yeah, you get the impression it's cozy. Like there's nothing threatening about the place. It's a small room, but there's a nice desk. Like I said, there's the coat rack at the corner there. There's a few chairs. There's another sign. You walk past the sign that says Tiger's Eye outside, but when you sit down, he's got a little name placard on his desk that says Vincent Tritch, private detective.
Well,
so, Mr. Trench, you make a living off of knowing things.
Oh, that's quite right.
What's up with the Tiger's Eye? Well, tiger.
Oh, I always used to follow this sports team called the Tigers, and they had in the middle of their field, they always painted a big eye. So. And it's kind of a play on, private eye. So.
Yes, it's very, very clever. So do you normally take interest in those that people haven't hired you to investigate?
Well, you move into my neighborhood, I'm going to try and figure out who you are. But I very much normally work on direct commission and will investigate things for a fee, of course. But I always make it a habit to know who's going to be living down the street.
Understood. As so do I, which is why we're here. I wanted to meet those around the building.
well, I'm curious.
You're smart.
Yeah, if you're so curious about who's moving in, what can you tell me about myself?
Well, I mean, short of getting your names from the magistrate this afternoon as he was leaving, to be honest, I don't know a whole lot about all of you, other than you seem to have some dealings with Volo and Mr. Neverember. And he pulls out a little notepad and flips over a couple pages, and he says, "In this Floon character," and he flips his notepad over and puts it back in his pocket.
Yeah, well, Flynn's still kind of up in the air, to be honest with you. Hold on a second, let me get Flynn's character sheet up. If it does pull up.
While he's doing that, if you don't mind me asking, where's the magistrate going? If he was leaving town, why was he leaving town?
Oh no, he wasn't leaving town. He was just going back to his main office. I just, I find that a few dragons here and there will kind of loosen anybody's lips if you catch some people in the right mood.
Yes, in Vino Veritas.
Mm-hmm.
He says, "Oh yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm quite excited about the possibility of having another drinking establishment this close to my home office. The amount of information I'll be able to get just when I go grab dinner at the end of the day is going to be very helpful for me."
Yes, we'll have to reserve a VIP spot for you.
I mean, would you like a particular bar seat, or would you like a table reserved for yourself?
Well, I think most of the action, as you'll agree, is usually at the bar. And even if I couldn't hear
100%.
anything, perhaps some arrangements could be made with whoever's working the bar to deliver useful pieces of information for compensation, of course. I understand that nothing's free in this world.
Always found that servers are another source of great information.
Well, absolutely, especially after about the second or third round.
Yeah, especially very attractive ones.
Now, this wouldn't be come at a price, obviously. We could.
Oh, I think
Could feed you.
that I would be more than happy to pay good money for any useful information that might come my way from your establishment.
So I think we find somebody that's reputable, and maybe you can even suggest somebody to maybe 10 bar and maybe have some eyes and ears in the location. That'd be fine.
Ah, I could put together a list.
It would be mutually beneficial.
I think I could put together a list for you.
Yeah, I think it could be a mutually beneficial relationship.
Of course, you'll want someone trustworthy and honest as far as dealing with the money goes.
Well, that would be on you to vet those individuals. I would assume you wouldn't want to put a bad seed into your business dealings.
Oh, absolutely. I think that we are could be highly lucrative future partners, and I'm certainly open to such a proposition. And like I said, as far as material goods go, there's nothing to be exchanged. This is purely a cash for information proposition, and there wouldn't be any requirements. I'm certainly willing to pay market prices for good info. And I really don't need anything in return. You would be helping me out by letting me pay you for information.
Well, how far reaching are your services in Waterdeep?
I deal mostly here in the North Ward, but I have contacts throughout the city. I could probably find information on anyone or most anything within the city.
What about like the Dock Wards, Castle Ward area in particular? You got potentially maybe.
Oh yeah, I have
got somebody down there.
Several contacts down
there. That would be helpful.
Yeah, give us one or two of those, if you don't mind, and we won't mention your name whatsoever. Just point us in the right direction.
I tell you what.
Perhaps
normally how these arrangements work is you come to me with a specific question, and I give you a fee for how much this information costs, and then I will be happy to provide the information directly to you myself.
Okay. And that is 100% appreciated. And
yeah, we respect the way you're doing your business.
Sometimes a face-to-face is necessary. If it comes
absolutely.
To that,
how can we know anything in this world if we don't trust where it comes from?
Hope to find out.
I think I popped up his.
Yeah, I got it now.
It's pretty simple.
In a case like that, we would never mention your name. It would just be a friend of a friend type situation.
Wow. My network is, as they say, mine. And I'm more than willing to use my network for your benefit, but don't make it a habit of feeling.
That would be. I'll correct him. That would be for our benefit. All of our benefits. Try to get them on the same page.
One more question. We've been to several establishments here, and it seems to be a very guild-oriented society here. Are you a member of one of these particular guilds?
Oh, I actually try and avoid the guilds as best I can. I find in my line of work, how shall I put it, less oversight is better.
Vincent, I'm liking you the more and more I hear you speak.
I am. I think me and John Koo are on the same page, at least in this respect.
Very intrigued.
And listen, I do appreciate the manner in which you're dressed. It is very appropriate, very snappy, very sharp, and you seem to be a man of fine things.
Yeah, as you say that, he reaches on his desk and he picks up his pipe that he was previously smoking and kind of relights his pipe and starts puffing on it a little bit.
Is it huge?
And you notice he's also got a nice decanter of what you presume to be whiskey sitting there beside his pipe. You get the impression that he was just kind of relaxing and waiting for y'all to come in so that he could show off a little bit.
Well, again, I appreciate a man of fine taste, and I think we might have some future business.
He says, well, don't leave empty-handed, and he pulls out 3 glasses and sets them down and pours each of you a drink, and then raises his glass and says to fast friends and future deals.
Yes, sir.
Future deals for sure.
We will enjoy the drink. Conversation was much appreciated.
Before I go though, I have to ask. I'm new to this area, new to Waterhaven. Waters Deep, and this story I keep hearing of Neverember just embezzling all this gold and out of town. What do you make of this story?
Oh, the dragon heist?
Yes.
I tell you, I know a lot of things about a lot of things, and my understanding is that it's basically a wild goose chase. There's people that claim that there's hundreds of thousands of gold dragons in a cave somewhere, or at the bottom of the bay. They could be under the mountain. More than likely, he probably spent them all. Let's be honest, he's a politician. But who knows? Who knows how much treasure's actually involved? My understanding is at one point, at least, it was more money than you could reasonably spend in a lifetime, which
this story just seems so flimsy to me.
Peaks the story.
I mean, I believe, to my friend's point, do you think he was the fall man for this? Do you think he was set up for it?
Well, he certainly lost his job, but to be honest, he wanted to leave long before he was kicked out. I have on good authority that he had already made plans in Neverwinter long before he was kicked out of Waterdeep.
Well, that may be so, but just because he has plans doesn't mean he was planning a heist with a way out.
Rather an easy target to blame.
It would be if someone knew of his plans previously and said, he's our guy. Let's pin him, and then we don't have to worry about it.
Well, I don't know all the details of the whole story, but
obviously nobody does.
I am a private investigator, and I do have my own interests. And clearly, I like the finer things in life. So, yeah, I looked into it a little bit. I can tell you that he did go so far as to wipe his own memory of where he hid this treasure.
What?
So you're saying he wiped his own memory, so
That's right.
he wouldn't remember where he hid his fortune.
He took it.
That's right, because he knew that people were onto him. He wanted to make that information as secure as he could. So the rumor is, of course, this is unfounded, but the rumor is that he actually gave that information to an inanimate object, to a
Construct?
rock.
Okay.
Yeah, a construct within a rock. Yeah, and so people know it as the Stone of Galore.
Stone of Galore?
Supposedly that is the key to the whole mystery is who has the stone now.
It gets more curiouser and curiouser.
So it would be quite an ordeal for someone that wiped their own memory to remember who or what they gave that information to.
Well, he knew who he gave it. He just took himself out of the loop. He knew where the information was. He just didn't know it himself. It's kind of like, you don't want to walk around with all your gold in that purse on your belt there. You want to keep some gold in the bank.
But where is it?
He took that information and just hid it.
Where is it?
Where's the stone?
Yeah.
The trail for the stone has gone cold a long time ago. It's passed hands so many times. People have had it and not known what it was, and it's kind of been lost to time for a little while. But there was a rumor that it had resurfaced lately.
Where about?
But it's not more than a rumor, as far as I know.
We'll take rumors.
Well, I tell you what. Why don't y'all give me a little time and, of course, give me a little gold. Maybe I can dig you up a lead.
I'll give them
What would the? I'm still a little bit. I mean, obviously, I'm not the smartest person. But if you're going to steal this gold and then erase your memory of where it is,
right,
and then give that information to an inanimate object that you're still aware of, why not just anyway?
it sounds like a never-ending loop of exactly where this is.
Very quickly,
Right.
John's gonna stand up in his chair. Very quickly, grab the glass of whiskey, take a small sip, and say, "Vincent, it's been a pleasure meeting you. I won't keep you for any more of your time here, but I look forward to a long and fruitful relationship." And set the glass back down on the table and turn to walk out.
As he walks out, I'll take his little decanter and pour me just a half a shot and be like, what is this going to cost us?
I say I stopped researching after I kind of lost interest. You know how it is. You get tracked in real jobs and jobs that are actually paying money. So I kind of dropped this thread. But I think for another, say, 50 gold, I could tell you everything I know right now, and maybe for 50 more on top of that, I could even look forward to it, look into it a little further, and maybe get you to that next lead that I hadn't found yet.
I'll be honest with you, Vincent. 50 gold is well over what anybody should be paying for a cold case lead. There's no way that you're digging up a 10-year-old cold case and charging 50 gold for it. I'll be happy to pay you some amount, but that's not it.
Oh, 50 is the rock bottom, sir. I tell you, because we're new neighbors, that's why I started with 50. And because of our future partnership, this is an investment for me as it is for you.
It is. Again, I mean, let's be honest. 50 gold for a cold case lead,
I tell you what, 40 gold now. And if you want me to look further, it's still the 50 for anything further.
Granted, you did the groundwork for this, but where's that putting us? I mean at 40, even at 40 gold, it's a little bit. What are we getting for our money here?
We're just getting a lead. We got to go dig it out. We got to risk whatever.
Hey, I'm willing to. If you want to hire me, I'm willing to do all that work for you. But as you know, nobody works for free.
Well, I'm willing to do the work I'm willing to do the work and pay you, but just not at that price. All I'm asking is for you to allow us to prove ourselves to you, number one, and then in good faith, we will come back and pay your full price for the additional information.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check at disadvantage. He is not inclined to shave any more money off.
Disadvantage, okay. That's fair.
Oh, yeah. Fair. He's already given you. Look, this is the 50 gold. I'm going to go ahead and this is like cheat mode for the whole module, right? 50 gold. 50 gold is the rock bottom in the module. The prices go from like 500 to 50.
Persuasion?
So it's like 12 for me, 23 on the high side.
Mm-mm. Yeah, negative. He'll say 40. That's as low as I can go for what I have now. And like I said, it's going to be my normal rates for anything that you would like me to look into further.
If you would allow, I would like to confer with my associates in the alley.
Yeah.
Oh, please. Look, this is not an ill will. I just, I have bills to pay just like y'all.
I can't move my character for whatever reason. I'm stuck in a wall. But I think I'm stuck. Like,
well, I mean,
you probably are.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I see. Yeah, I think you're stuck on.
The only issue, I mean, John Q's not here, but I don't have 40 gold to pay him.
I think we can cobble it together. We can't cobble 40 together, I don't think.
I mean, I have 20, 30.
Let me see what I got.
I'm not particularly fond of just letting it go right now, but if it leads to more gold, then potentially.
Lead to never having again a day in your life.
I think without the DM, I mean, obviously Brandon can hear us, but
oh, well, here, y'all do a group whisper. Y'all can start your own whispers now.
Okay.
Can we?
Yeah. Just hover over the name that you want in the whisper.
I got you now.
Okay. J-Mix in there. J-Mix.
Hey, you're in a whisper with me and Brock.
Gotcha.
This guy wants 40 gold for a lead, and I don't have 40 gold.
I have 3 copper.
Yeah, we don't have 40 gold.
So we don't have the money to pay him for the lead, and he will not negotiate down.
I don't think I mean, sure, we can go find places to get gold.
Yeah,
we don't have to get this. We don't have to get this lead this moment.
Yeah.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I go. He's our neighbor. I'm sure we can come back again.
Yeah. I think the money would be better spent in buying him some more whiskey and tobacco, and coming back later with a lead.
I think we have a special brew made up for him.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, yes. What's his name of his place?
Tiger's Eye.
Oh, the Tiger Eye. Dude, yes. and it'll be like a sneaky strong brew where it sneaks up on you and punishes you in the long run.
Yeah, he's got a private stock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
I like where you're headed. All right. I like this.
We have a flask for them from the.
We don't tell them. We're not telling me this. We're just going to say thank you for your time. We'll come back.
Well, in fairness, John Koo got up and turned and walked out a second ago.
Yeah, John Koo.
Yeah, I make sure we walked out in the alley to talk to you.
Okay.
All right.
So, let's just proposition with some business opportunities in the future and move on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
All right. Back to
hold on.
I don't know how we do this.
I'm trying to exit this right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out too.
All right, we should.
Okay. I'll walk back. I'm going to walk back in and talk to. Is it Vincent?
Yeah, it's Vincent.
Vincent.
If anybody wants to go with me, they're welcome.
Yeah, I'm coming with, but I'm not gonna walk back in. I mean, I'm not gonna move my token, but I'll be back in there.
I'll walk back in and sit down and say, Vincent, listen, we talked about it and we appreciate the offer, and we're certainly going to consider it. But that's going to probably be at a future date. It was lovely to meet you. It was lovely to meet you. It was lovely to meet you, and being that we're neighbors, I think we can work out some arrangements that will be mutually beneficial.
Well, as they say, I know where you live. So
yeah,
and you know where I live. So obviously, offer stands. You're welcome to come back anytime.
Certainly. Don't be a stranger. I mean, I know the place is a wreck right now, and it's obvious. It won't be like that forever, and I think you can expect some more business coming your way.
I look forward to it.
Regardless, it was nice to meet you, and certainly we will see you soon.
I think we will. I will certainly be down to offer for coin for information.
Yeah, we're not opposed to that. Just right now, we're trying to get the lay of the land, so we just gotta.
Oh, so have you seen everybody then? I think you said that Avi and Ember sent you over here, right? So I assume you talked to Tally across the street from them, huh?
We did.
We did.
Who else is over here? Oh, did y'all see the crazy potion lady?
Oh, Flana?
Yeah, she's nice, but
yeah, she's nice. She makes some the plants. Sometimes, if you smell them, they make you puke. It's weird.
He smiles. He says, "Oh yeah, especially that big yellow one by the fire pit."
That was one.
Real quick, you mentioned you were not a member of any of the guilds. Of the guilds that run Waterdeep, I'm familiar with some of them. The Lord's Alliance, the Harpers, those types of that level of guild. Who has the most influence in this area?
Oh, well, let's see. Your Order of the Gauntlet is probably more of a religious zealot type. They're usually down there near all the temples. There's the of course, there's the Centaurium. I understand that you've had a dealing or two with them already.
Familiar, yes.
There is the Lord's Alliance. They're more of government official types. They tend to stay near the Castle Ward. Force Grey. That's a kind of a special forces group for the City Watch. None of y'all are in the City Watch, are you? Yeah,
Are you?
Oh no, I mean you don't look like it. I was just asking. But they kind of deal with the Force Grays, kind of part of that. The Black Staff is involved with them, and she lives down there in the Castle Ward. The Emerald Enclave, you know those freaking hippies. They're out there. They got some big garden outside of town.
Hippy dippy. Yeah.
Of course, there's the Harpers. You know those goody two shoes trying to save the world types. So they think that they're spies, but they don't know anything about tradecraft.
I want to insight. Can I insight check him just on this?
Yeah.
To see.
And then one more. He finishes one more faction. And of course there's the Bregan Dearth. They're kind of based out of the Dock Ward, I think.
I'm gonna ask him a question.
But they really don't
Here to hear this.
only deal with Drow, and none of y'all look like Drow.
I'm gonna ask him a question, then I'll insight check him on the question. Are you affiliated with any of these factions?
Oh no, I'm not in any of these factions. But you know what? I mean, I would be a good detective if I didn't know people in every one of these factions. I'm more like a looking in the outside. A little coin here or there will grease the wheels of even the most self-righteous members of the guild.
Okay. Is he telling the truth?
Oh, inside 16? Yeah, you get the impression that he's not hiding anything. He knows people probably in every guild.
Okay. That was my main.
Nice. Well, again, it was very lovely to meet you. I hope we didn't offend you with any of the bartering that we did. It's just part of the business.
Oh no. He kind of laughs. He says, I understand how it goes when you're out there trying to start a business. I will tell you what, I do get from time to time people that are looking for information that I'm not equipped to handle. And sometimes I give people information and they want things done about the information that I receive. Perhaps y'all might be willing to take on a task from time to time. If I served as an intermediary, I probably could line some things up for a small finder's fee, of course.
We'll be happy to subcontract out via the Tiger Eye and whatever commission you deem appropriate.
With this, you see like a whole other like spark kind of click in place in his head. You see him just thinking and scheming, and yeah, he gets as excited about that as he does about being able to go hang out at the bar.
Well, you know where to find us, and don't be a stranger for sure. Any information you have is probably worth knowing. So.
Oh, I think it's extremely worth it if you pay the right price.
Yeah.
Enough said.
Well, good day, sir.
Yeah. Oh, and so he says, he goes back to, well, have you been over to see that crazy dragon yet?
I have not seen a dragon yet, no.
Well, you turn left and go down a couple of houses. There's I think if y'all started on the other end of the alley, there's probably only one more place you need to go.
No, we will head there directly.
What's the dragon's name?
Oh, you can't miss it. He,
Is it an actual dragon? Because I need to know this.
well, I mean, he's a dragonborn.
Dragonborn. That's fine.
Yeah, you can head on over to Ryshaw. Ryshaw is his name. Tell him Vincent sent you.
Ryshaw?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of dragonborn is he? What flavor?
Oh, he is he is a gold, sir.
Golden dragonborn.
His business is.
Oh, well, you'll see when you see his shop. He's very clever.
I like it.
So, well, good day, gentlemen. If you ever decide you want that information, please come see me, and I'll be checking in with you at the tavern from time to time as you're getting things up and moving over there.
Yes, sir.
We'll be in touch, for sure.
Wonderful.
Well, thank you, Vincent.
All right, I'm gonna add one. Vincent. He's a, you know who I picture kind of when I see it's Vincent from Pulp Fiction.
Mm-hmm.
that helps. Yeah.
I
Shut
think,
Marvin in the
I think I
face.
said,
You shot Marvin in the face.
you shot Marvin in the face.
Well, with him drinking whiskey and smoking that pipe, I would picture the guy from Inglourious Bastards.
Yeah.
From what?
What's his name? The German. The SS.
Stone of
yeah.
From Django Unchained.
That's right.
The dentist.
The German guy. Yeah. But yeah, I popped in that Stone of Galore. Y'all are uncovering some stuff finally. You can start clicking on things to show you.
Stone of
Yeah, so you head down the street. It's getting late. We can, role play all of this, but you head down the street. You come up to a sign. It says the bookworm, and it's spelled like the old English worm, WYRM.
Yeah.
Is there
it's called the bookworms. The bookworm's treasure is the name of it, and it is. You open the door.
This is our wizard.
The bell rings as you walk in, and it's just nothing but books, just wall to wall books everywhere. And sure enough, as described, you see a golden dragonborn sitting at his desk. It's kind of similar to Talia. He's sitting there. He's got a ledger in front of him. He's got a quill out. He's making some notes. He's flipping through a book. You see him like absent-mindedly twirling his finger in the air, and you notice that beside him is a pot of tea, and you see a teaspoon just stirring the tea while he twirls his finger at his head, looking at his paper. He doesn't seem to notice you when you walk in. He's lost in thought.
Yeah, we can walk in, and
I'll give him that. Excuse me.
Ryshaw.
Oh, he looks up and the teapot kind of clings still as he loses concentration on that. Oh, hello, gentlemen.
Can we get in that building?
Can I help you?
I think it's still blocked off from it.
Oh no, I think y'all got in. Y'all should have been able to. The door's open.
The layer is still covering the building.
Yeah, it's still blacked out.
Oh, my bad. Did I undo that other one? I did, didn't I?
Yeah. The other one's
Let me go to the lighting layer.
Yeah, Vincent's.
Reveal. It's just a
Yeah, oh yeah. Not that
bookstore.
not that we need to see it, but
There you go. That should do it.
yeah, I'm in. So we're talking to Ryshaw.
Yeah, right, Sean.
Yeah, Restaurant. We just visited with Vincent down the road and had some interesting conversations. And he said we ought to at least introduce ourselves. We are the new owners of Troll Skull Manor, which,
He stifles a laugh again. Oh.
yes, I know. I've heard. However, being what it is, we just wanted to introduce ourselves and see if there's anything we could do for you or you could do for us, or
I appreciate it. My business, obviously, is books, specifically arcane knowledge lost in books that if no one's there to read will just disappear forever. Can you imagine? So my kind of personal job in life has been to read as much as I can and study as much as I can and preserve this knowledge that very powerful people have taken the time and the gold to write in these books.
I mean, certainly the powers and knowledge. Is that right?
Oh, absolutely.
And why spend the effort when you can ride the coattails of others?
And with that, he does chuckle a little, and he says, "Well, to be honest, I have been known to sell a spell scroll from time to time."
And that's kind of what leads me into the next part of my conversation. It looks like you have a plethora of books, not only books, but if I'm not mistaken, scrolls. Are those spell scrolls or just?
Oh, I keep a few scrolls on hand, but you'll find I have a very extensive repertoire of, say, some special order scrolls, other than the usual fare that I try and keep in stock.
And the usual fare would be just run of the mill scroll.
Oh, everything from your basic detect magic and comprehend languages, the occasional, unseen servant or find familiar. Do you like having a pet that you can summon at will? Let me tell you, I hear the owls are very useful.
Are they? They can fly and whatnot. That's pretty neat.
Oh yeah. Well, not only that, but you can take control of them and talk to them telepathically.
So
it's not just owls. I mean, you can have a crab or a fish,
like
an octopus.
Bat or octopus, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's lots of options, certainly. You get the impression he's very much aloof, and while he's listing animals, you see him get an idea and run back to his desk and scribble something on a sheet of paper.
You're an octopus.
I want to pop up my unseen servant right now.
Okay.
And start scrolling through books on his desk.
The servant's going over to his desk?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. You see, well, you don't see anything. You see him look back at you, kind of side-eyed, and he just kind of clicks his finger, and the books fall back on the desk. Your unseen servant is missing.
dispelled.
Yeah. No, I figured that was going to happen, but then I'll say, um, we're not the only, you're not the only person that has spells here. However, I would love to have uh, some light reading. If you have something I could borrow that I can return, and it can be anything. I mean, just a book, something you
Oh
like.
yeah,
Yeah.
pick any book off the shelf. You know, as the owners of Troll Skull Manor, you see him kind of scratch his chin. He walks over to one of the shelves. He pulls a book out on it says on supernatural events and poltergeists and ghosts, and hands you the book, and he just kind of smiles at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
I appreciate that.
that's an interesting choice. Do you know anything about perhaps getting rid of spectral beings? Is that something that you could?
I'm more of a I'm more of a knowledge-based arcane caster. And you notice he's got a spell. He still has a component pouch on his belt, and he even pulls out a wand out of his vest and kind of waves it around and tucks it back in. You hadn't noticed it there before. He goes, "What you need, sir?" And he kind of eyes you over a little bit. He says, "And I think you would know. What you need is more of a religious-based cleric magic."
Sure. But I'm talking about more like keeping it at bay. If we can't get rid of it, can we just capture it?
Capture it or make friends with it. Is that possible?
Contain it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you could always try talking to it, but yeah, there's probably say a protection spell or two that I could find.
Mm-hmm. Well, not just peripheral questions at this point, but obviously you're not of the arcane nature of imbuing items with spells. But would you know
You mean
somebody
other than scrolls?
Scrolls, obviously, but I'm talking about maybe weapons or items.
Oh, you're talking about putting spells and effects into actual physical items.
That's right. Like where you imbue an item with a certain attribute to make it either not necessarily more powerful, but more useful.
I understand. I tell you, yeah, that's not my cup of tea. But I could probably, I know a few people in the order that could probably do some things like that for you.
What order are you speaking of?
Oh, well, I mean, of course, I'm in the Watchful Order of Mages and Protectors. I think most wizards in the city are, well, I wouldn't say conscribed, but strongly encouraged to belong, at least for a certain amount of time.
Mages and protectors?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a noble effort there. Very useful for sure.
Well, it's kind of it's almost like you know, in some cities they make you join the army, but they provide you with food and clothing and some form of a useful skill or training. Kind of a similar arrangement. You know, if you have the aptitude and the ability to use magic, then a lot of times you'll be encouraged to join the order, at least for a small while, and you will get experiences within the order that you wouldn't get otherwise. And so really accelerate your training and make some contacts with other useful people that eventually become your peers out in the world. Yeah, it's not a bad arrangement, especially for something as unique as spellcasting.
And I'll just kind of look at him and be like, yeah, it's not the best gig, but
Oh, I don't relish my time in the order. When it was full time, I don't relish every day of that. But looking back, now that I'm part time, now that I'm in the volunteer corps, it's certainly something that I feel is useful for future generations and for the good of the city. I'm certainly here and willing to do my part to help people.
Yeah, of course. There's all these books. You don't want all that knowledge to go to waste.
Exactly. I'm always willing to share some knowledge, and certainly I run a business here to keep the lights on and to provide for my needs. But yeah, there's a time and a place for helping people out.
Yeah, clearly I'm a very lower as far as you're obviously a very talented, I would say wizard.
You would be right.
I can do, very small spells, obviously, but I would like to learn from you if, possible in the future.
Well, my particular type of magic requires practice and learning, and the skillful study and examination of old runes and texts. It's something that comes with time, but if you're looking for a guide for that particular type of magic, then that's something that I can help you with. And if not, I mean, clearly you're able to use some forms of magic. I mean, anybody can pick up a scroll and use a scroll. I can, for a fee, of course, provide you with scrolls that you would need and find useful as well, if you're not able and willing to put in the time and effort it takes to be a wizard.
Right. I don't know if we have that much time. The scrolls would definitely be advantageous for sure.
With that, he kind of goes over to his desk and pulls out that list that I sent to y'all.
Yeah. A lot of those, some of those I can already do. Some of those would be highly advantageous to us in the future. Do you have those on your desk that are something you've already constructed?
Oh, he smiles and he says, "Sir," and then he turns and he starts muttering an incantation under his breath, and he snaps his finger again. You get the impression that that's a little flair that he adds to all of his spells. And then in front of him, a literal door appears out of thin air, and he opens the door. And he just kind of again he flicks his finger forward, and you see 3 balls of light shoot out of the end of his finger, and they go and they light up this room. And in front of you, you see the freaking Noah's Ark warehouse from Indiana Jones, just rows and rows and rows of books and scrolls, and wands and staffs. You see a few creatures. He turns back to you and says, "Yeah, I keep some things in stock."
So,
and then he snaps his finger again, and the door closes and disappears.
Yeah, okay. So to do all that magic, you require materials, right?
Yeah, at some point you're required to use materials to practice the arcane arts, but there are ways around that sometimes.
Okay. Well, I didn't know if you were flush on that, or if we run across in the future that you would need, we could maybe provide that for you.
Oh, sirs, I haven't summoned that room in a long time. I'm a bookkeeper now. I sell books and I write scrolls. This is you get the impression that if he were a human, he'd be about 95 years old. This is a very old dragonborn. His adventuring days are long behind him. He is quite literally a librarian at this point.
I'll tell you what, if we run across any ink in the future, I might bring you some just for you.
He smiles. He smiles. He goes, "Oh, I remember those days."
Let me see. What's this guy's name? Rashard? Rashal?
He's a dragonborn,
Are
right?
you an active member of the Order of Magus and Protectors of Waterdeep?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I maintain my membership.
Does he have a tail or no tail?
He has a tail.
Okay.
Well, I'll do my minor illusion of the emblem of the Order of Magus and Protectors of Waterdeep and say, I also am a member.
Ah, sir.
That was constructed out of the conclave of Silver Moon after graduation.
Oh, you've studied at Silvery Moon. I know it well.
Yes. Well, unfortunately, me and the Order are not currently seeing eye to eye, and I would say my membership in the Order is maybe in limbo due to some past dues. Now,
He says, well, I do have a fair amount of pull. I know a few people in the Order.
I'm not looking to. I'm not looking to drop my membership, and I'm not looking to cause any waves within that organization as much as they have done for me. But I did not see a future that would have me moving forward, if you know what I mean.
Oh, I can understand.
A lot of maintenance, a lot of just unpaid, overworked hours, if you know what I mean.
I tell you what. I won't mention that you're here, and if you ever get in any trouble with the Order, you send them over here to talk to me.
And as a show of gratitude, and this may be down the road, when we get our established up and running, perhaps we can do something for you, whatever that may be. Put some books in the library. Yeah.
I tell you what, I had an idea the other day. I was sitting in my desk, I was drinking tea, and I was looking up at all of these books, and I thought, everyone has a place to go, and they drink ale, and they drink grog, and they drink wine. I was like, what if there was a place you could go, and you could have tea, and maybe that new drink, coffee, and there could be books for people to read. And so you could come, you wouldn't have to just go at night after work. You could come in the middle of the day. You could have some tea. You could read a book or two.
Morning tea?
Yeah, or afternoon tea. I drink tea all day.
You know what? We met somebody today, just running around town. Fela, she has a flower shop.
Oh yeah.
She has a flower shop over there, and I think that is pretty much adjacent to our new establishment. Maybe we could get with her and get some maybe a herbal teas or something like that going on with her.
Oh, for sale at your shop. That would be useful.
Yeah.
And then perhaps I could provide a few books, some loaners for people to peruse.
Yep.
For sure. We could have certainly have a area of higher, I mean, knowledge is power, right? So for those that are interested.
I mean, you're already been gracious enough to give me a book, and that's a very much appreciated. Maybe you have some on the shelf that we could borrow, or
You know what? Here's what we're gonna do. The whole upstairs. I think at some point a portion of it will be maybe rentable space. We could stock the bookshelves with books from your space.
Okay, with a perhaps a small note.
100%. We'll stamp them. We'll put a card in there. Every bedside table will have a book and a card referencing your shop, obviously.
I think that's a good idea, and we could certainly come to an arrangement for any future sales on my end that were spurred up on by bringing in, say, the discount card from your shop.
And obviously, you would have some sort of ward on all of your books that would inhibit people from illegally procuring them.
Oh, of course, yeah. We can lock them down.
Yeah. They would certainly
just a simple glyph of warding is all it would take.
Yeah. It would just be like it wouldn't injure them at all. It just return to its space if they exited the building with it or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Without proper payment. But yeah, I think it's all good. And listen, I'm not here, obviously.
I've already forgotten your name, sir, and he winks at you.
But if either way, I might need some greasing of the wheels to get in better standing with the order, just to get some of this back payment lifted in the short term.
The door is
all my door is
certainly
tied up with
a fellow member of the order.
All my current finances are tied up with my accountants, and it's in a different account, and I can't get it right now. So,
and the checking account and the savings account.
It's just kind of a mess with the books right now. And I
can't believe nobody's inside checked Gerard yet on that.
Right. I'm not.
He said it several times.
It's an ongoing situation. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I love it. Oh man. All right. Well, that's fine. We can wrap up there. I mean, that was a lot. We kind of slogged through it, but
yeah,
you got to meet the neighbors. I love social events. That's like 2 social sessions in a row. We'll call that the rest of the afternoon after y'all took control of Troll Skull Manor, and y'all have made some new contacts and some future deals are pending, and nobody seemed overtly hostile towards the group, so that's a win.
trying not to. I guess this neighbors.
It's still early.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's still early. I mean, we'll just call that the daytime. And so, like I said from last time, you still have an appointment in the morning with Floon to talk about the specifics of fixing up the manor. And certainly, now that you've met the neighbors and you've gotten a couple of good leads, and
I think we're just building a business at this point.
hey, yeah, y'all made some business deals on day one. I love it. Y'all got the teas, the herbal teas and the books, and then you've got the steins, the souvenir steins.
Right.
And what was
nowhere
it,
to put them.
the woodworker. I can't remember what he was going to give y'all.
Nothing right now. He's in the
Whatever John Koo worked out with him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. John Q and he made a little deal, and then you got a deal with the private investigator too. Man, y'all were racked up.
Yeah. Yeah, he was a little sketchy, but it was getting late, and I was like, well,
That's his business.
yeah.
He knows things. That's it. Literally, that's his business. It's his job to know things. Doesn't free.
Yeah, I did have to inside check him for a second, but
The tiger's his business.
So I think in y'all's book, or in y'all's notes, you have all of those 6 locations now.
yep, I've got them all
With
ready.
your contact meetings.
Alrighty.
I can add some notes about future potential deals and whatnot, so y'all can look through that and catch everybody up.
Yeah, if you want to review it, I'll post it.
And I think you can create a folder for businesses in Troll Skull Alley and dump all those. In
Right now I've got them just listed in the places.
Right. Yeah, I see that. But at some point, that's going to get to the point where it's unmanageable. If you keep.
Yeah, what I'm thinking is what you can do is you can do the same thing you can do with Evernote, and you can link notes. So you can have an index note. I'll put up there, like at the top, the one that says Troll Skull Alley.
Yeah, and then you click it, and it'll dump it down.
When you open that one, it'll be that list T1 through T6.
Yep.
Right.
And you can just click from there.
Yeah, because at some point that list gets so unscrollable.
Yeah, I just don't want to have 1,000 folders that you have to expand and
That's true.
contract. I think an index file might be the way to go.
Yeah,
I was trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
I did a little bit of it. If you notice, like in the first summary note, I had some links in there. I think.
Oh, session 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, up there.
If you click on that one, you see so you can just have the links in the page.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it'll take you straight through to that.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be the way to do it.
So do something like that, and then just have an index note that just like that. This one that says, I don't know if I showed it to you. I don't think I did. But there's a note in here that's like intro to chapter 2, and I could take that.
Probably didn't need to see that before this.
Yeah. So I might put that on there, or I might just rename it Troll Skull Alley, and then have a link to all those other pages.
Yeah.
And some general info about Troll Skull Alley.
Yeah, I'm looking at the links now on session 1. I've never clicked on that. I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, I've been trying to write a summary each time, especially since not everybody's playing. So
yeah, no,
worst comes to worst.
I've looked at them. I just didn't know there were links in there.
Yeah, I did it the first 1 or 2 times. I don't know if I did it after that. But yeah, just in the first one.
Yeah.
I'll have to go back and add them. Flesh it out a little more. Keep it up to date.
I keep a little notebook that has all the notes for each day, but
figure it'll be useful at some point, especially if people are hopping in and out and not playing every time.
Well, yeah, it's just for me. I mean,
Well, cool. We did it. We did a social session. We met people.
Yeah, it was probably best with 3 people. But
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Jared or Chris would have stuck through that very much.
No,
No.
yeah. I cast a spell, unseen servant, just because I had to.
Yeah, you did.
I was like, yeah, well, I know he's a wizard. He's gonna dispel this real quick, or whatever.
He had to show off a little bit.
No, yeah, no. I 100% knew you were about to do that. So
all right. Well, maybe we can get some more people in some combat.
Yeah, we've got so what the general outline for this is, now that we've met everybody, I assume y'all want to work on or at least be presented with the work that's going to be required for the manor. We can do that. I'll go ahead and tell you, the book says that it should take about 10 or 12 days in game to restore the manor. Once you grease the proper homes.
right,
Mhm.
we gotta get some cash first. The problem today was we had no cash.
Yeah, basically you're sitting on go, and you getting the money is going to be the holdup.
We'll figure. We'll take a loan out against the property and get the cash to get it running.
Okay, that's an option. You could certainly just do that.
Well, before we go to like the next morning, I go, John still has some things he's doing with the rest of the day.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
got some.
Well, you can fill us in on that when we start next time.
Yep. Yeah. Think about it.
But yeah, this chapter, until we reach level 3, is going to be very freeform.
Yeah, we need
The bumper guards are off the gutters at this point, so you can kind of explore and do as you want until things start happening to push the main story forward. You're kind of open worlding it now. You can reach out and go talk to people and do things, and there will be opportunities along the way for you to make money, and missions will present themselves to you until we've reached level 3 or so. So we'll just kind of push on and meet more people and do more things. This was just meet the neighbors, but there's other people coming that will offer you things to do.
Oh, I fantastic! 'Cause I've already got plenty to do.
So, John Q. Okay. Was that a text to everybody?
No, that was to you. Wait, what are you seeing?
Current ideas.
Okay, that's what I was wondering if that was there.
Yeah. I don't know who that went to.
Well, so that must have gone to everybody. That's what I was curious about.
Me too.
Oh no, yeah, I see you sent me a couple of notes before that one.
Okay.
Yeah, I did a copy paste, and I think it split that message into 2 things.
Okay.
I think one went to.
Man,
I think one went to.
You were typing for a little while.
Yeah, I think one went to you, and the other one went public.
I didn't get anything. So.
No, it's in the text, or it just came to me. I don't know.
I will tell you, the book says to be careful with Vincent. He is he can be abused, so he has prices. The 50 really was the bottom end. price.
Yeah,
If you're basically going to say, hey, find the gold for me, yeah, it's going to be a little more money than you can make running a tavern.
We hammered him pretty hard.
I was working on him, and he went back down on it.
Yeah.
Hey, Trevor. Hey, Trevor, real quick though, do you see any whispers from me? So the reason I'm asking is when I typed, since we don't have the macro set, I don't have the macro set up. When I type, /W, it gives me a drop down box of names.
Yeah.
But there's everybody's username and then your character name on the bottom of your deal. So I don't know if I select Trevor, if I select Jean, does it go to you? If I select Kess or Brock, does it go to you?
So my drop down only has me.
I think you have to do it to whatever the name is on the voice box.
Okay.
So it would be Whisper Jean, and it's just the first name.
Gotcha. So Brock, did you get the one I sent to you?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
That's why I was asking if that came to everybody or just me.
So
it'll be green if it's a whisper.
Yeah, I did get one from you.
It's not green.
Okay.
So is it backslash whisper or is it whisper?
Yeah, it's /W and then space and then the name of the person and then space and for me it's Whisper GM.
Ah, I see.
I don't get a drop down there.
No, but you can just type in the name like Whisper or /W space John.
Yeah. Hang on.
Is it and you are? Is it just DM or is it?
Or GM, I think.
It's GM.
So I've been typing dungeon.
Oh, you can just do GM.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I got Johns and I got.
I didn't mean to say Keith. I meant to say Kess.
Yeah, I got that.
Okay.
All right.
Good deal. All right, I'm going to bed then.
Yeah, me too. I'll have to sit down and fiddle with this on the next day off and update all the handouts.
Get GM. Is it /GM or is it just GM?
It's just
it's /W for whisper.
Yeah.
And then space and
/GM. Yeah. Space GM.
Yeah. Okay.
Space and message.
Yeah, I gotcha.
I was looking at my text message when you said got a message from you, but yeah.
Message.
Yeah. Okay. That works.
I do like the current ideas though.
Yeah, I was trying to put together kind of a list of potential uses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've got a notebook full of that, but I didn't type it out.
I've got some ideas on my side. I'll share with the group later.
Yeah, we need to get the group text back going so we can exclude Brandon from it.
That's right. You've got a plan. You've got a plan ahead.
Keep him on his toes.
Oh, geez. I don't know that I'm ready for an open world. I'm gonna go ahead and line out these encounters that I know of. So basically, the way it works with every level, you get a mission from each faction that is available to you. So now that you're level 2, you will have the opportunity to run missions for factions.
Okay.
And then, of course, whatever you decide to uncover on your own.
Yeah,
the ultimate goal is you got to figure out how to find the gold.
Right. Well, we unlocked a bunch of stuff tonight. So.
Yeah, you've got some resources at your disposal now, and you got a little bit of information that I don't think you had before. And yeah, that's really about it.
We just need some gold to upgrade our hacienda.
That's right. You got to get it to where it's generating gold for you.
Mm-hmm. And everybody else in the town. We're all friends.
Not only that, but you've already established a couple of side deals.
Yep.
Um,
We're having a good
yeah,
time.
I'm excited to see how the Vincent thing works out. I think if y'all can start supplying Vincent with information and become a source for him, I think you'll find that he charges a lot of money, but he also pays a lot of money.
That's the idea, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll cut him in, and the wizard too.
Yeah, shoot. Yeah, y'all get the convince the wizard to make y'all some scrolls.
Yep. No, I want him to know some younger wizards that can help us out.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going to bed. It's 1 o'clock. I gotta get sleep.
I'm tired too. I gotta get up and go to work. So catch y'all later.
All right, man.
Good game.
See ya.
All right, later.
All right, fellas.
Yep.